Tonight, we're going to start off with our public hearing. The Columbia County School Board will conduct a public hearing to discuss, number one, the tentative millage for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, discuss the tentative budget for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, and the 2025-2026 Student Code of Conduct. And the statement for the 2025-2026 school year, the total millage amount exceeds the rollback rate by 4.97%. The portion required by state law was higher than the rollback rate by 4.38%. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on one of our public hearing items tonight? Seeing none, we will close the public hearing and start back at 6 p.m. at our regular school board meeting. Good evening, everyone. We're going to open up our meeting tonight, starting with our mission statement, above all else, we are committed to the creation of a safe and understanding environment for all students and staff while providing a world-class education. The superintendent will lead us in our prayer and pledge. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight, and I would like to invite anyone that would like to give a public comment on any action item. We have 6 total, 5 being on the agenda and 1 being on the addendum. Or is there anyone in the public that would like to comment? All right, seeing none, I'll move to close and adopt the agenda. Mr. Superintendent, is everything in order? Seven O. Yes, sir. Thank you. Everything else in order there? All right, do I have a motion to approve, to close and adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed. All righty, we have two presentations tonight. Tonight we'll start with the one that decides to leave us, Ms. Lindsay Laxton, for our trim budget of 2025-2026 school year.
Good evening. I am just going to repeat the information that was said previously. For the 2025-26 school year, the total millage amount exceeds the rollback rate by 4.97%, and the portion required by state law was higher than the rollback rate by 4.38%. And then just a few comments to discuss on the budget for the 25-26 school year. For the general fund overall, the millage rate did go down by 0.42, and that is in the RLE, the required local effort section, which is governed by the state. Overall, the local funding went up by approximately $1 million. That is due to the property values going up, the tax roll that's increased. State funding decreased by approximately $3.6 million. Of course, we know that's driven by estimated additional 250 less kiddos that are staying, within the school district, and also we're seeing potentially an increase of about 340 scholarships. So that's impacts for the general fund. Special revenues, we're down approximately $4.5 million. Majority of that is for ESSER. We no longer, of course, have ESSER. And then, we did take some funds down in the federal section only because we know that they're coming, but we still don't quite know exactly how much some of those things are going to be. So that could, fluctuate some between now and the final budget that's in September. And then for capital project funds, the majority of that, it is up about $630,000. Of course, that is tied again to your property tax increase. So capital funds will have additional funding to do more projects. That's pretty much all I have, unless you guys have questions.
Any questions? Ms. Hill, you're good? All right, thank you, Ms. Laxton.
Thank you.
Our next presentation will be our Safe Schools quarterly update. Ms. Tatum?
Good evening. So I'm here tonight just to give you my quarterly update to let you know that overall, Columbia County has done really well. I hate saying that because I just know trouble's brewing if that's coming, but our compliance checks are good. We do still work on an open door here or an open door there, but overall we have really been successful with that. our gate exemptions. We've learned a whole lot this year. Throughout the whole year, we were adding to those exemptions, just learning what can be open, what can't be open, those kinds of things. So I think we have got those all settled for this year. DOE did come in, or the legislation did come in and loosen those protocols up a little bit. So 30 minutes prior to school, 30 minutes after school, not 24/7. So that helps a little bit with our staffing issues. And but of course, we're already trained now to watch those gates. And so I keep hearing the principals say, well, we're just going to keep doing what we were doing. And of course, we encourage that because that's the way that we need to do it. And just make sure every kid that comes on our campus is safe no matter what time it is. And so that's what we're going to continue to do. Our Baker Acts this year, we were up by about 10, so we closed at about 38. That is school-based Baker Acts. So we're still trying to monitor that, look at that, but I know you guys here as well as I do the mental health increase concerns, and the school district is no different. We feel that as well. And so we've got great counselors on board. We've got great SRDs that know how to handle these students, and so we just continue to plug away and help them. It's unfortunate that we don't always measure that. We can't measure the things that we don't know and the things that we prevent. And so that's what I would really like to bring to you. You know, we've prevented this many, but we don't know those numbers. But I truly feel like we have prevented several just because of our presence, having accountability partners, teachers that are open and willing to speak to our kids at any minute, counselors that go above and beyond in working with our students. And so, you know, the number seems high, but yet I feel like we are really doing our best and really making a difference with some of our students. We had 91 threat management meetings. Now, the threat management meetings is when an actual threat comes in. And so that is for self-harm, and then they're rated low, medium, and high, and so, or unfounded. So I'll just break those down to you. 13 of the 91 was for self-harm. So anytime we get notice that a student is doing this, we meet and we talk. How can we as a school district effectively promote helping this kid? How do we provide the services for this student? And so that's what that's about. It's not to punish the kid or put him anywhere or her anywhere. It's just really what services are we initiating to help this student. We had 17 unfounded, so that was a pretty big number. 33 were low, 17 were medium, and 11 were high. And we do have all of those breakdowns in our office, so if you have specific questions on those, I'd be happy to help you break those down and tell you what they were about, or tell you, you know, whatever you want to know with those. But because of the platform, I don't want to go into specifics. But I do still believe, and I think I said this the last time, our threat management meetings, they are required once a month. And so I do believe this is probably the best initiative that came out of the Marjory Stoneman Douglas Commission. They have allowed the faculty, the staff, the team members that sit at this table to talk about kids before they're in trouble. They help identify this kid. Hey, you know, this kid might need this service before something large happens and then it's too late. And so I really do think that it's brought our security, our SRDs, our counselors, our admin, our teachers, all are talking about students. And so it's just making people aware to watch for this student or provide guidance or support. And so I do think that is absolutely the best thing that's come from Marjory Stoneman. Because before, if you remember, it was always little silos. Some person knew this, some person knew that, but the information never came together. And so it's really been beneficial. As we approach the new year, our principals are already working hard. They're already talking about the exemptions, the door locks, the traffic flows, all of those things, the security in and out of their buildings and to the single point of entries. And so, again, they work hard and they support everything the Safe Schools ask them to do. And it's been a lot. DOE is requiring a lot from us lately. And it's always like a 2-day turnaround. And so they're doing it. And so when you see them, just know that they are doing it and they're working hard at it. I had the privilege today to be in a meeting with Daniel Taylor. He had the Homeland Security come out and do an assessment on the Transportation Department. So we met with them today, and it was wonderful. We did well. We did above 80%, and so they said that was really good. Of course, they offer all kinds of suggestions, and we always want to do better. But it was very enlightening, and we have those reports too. Daniel has a copy, and I have a copy. So, if you want to see the details of that, please come ask. We'd be happy to share that with you as well. Oh, the frog was in there, sorry. I was about ready to run like frogs. So I do want to say again how much I appreciate our school resource deputies. I think almost all of them are ready and in place. I think there's one or two that are still in the process of getting ready to join us, but they are ready, and we work well together with the sheriff's office, and that is such a blessing. Not every district is that way, and our administration works well with the SRDs that are on their campuses, and so that is a huge success. That's a huge statement for Columbia County, that we all play nice in the sandbox together, because it's important. And the reason we do that is because we really do value our children and the safety, and want our parents and our kids to really know that when they set foot on our campuses, they are safe and they're going to be protected. And so if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If not, my office is always open. Please stop by.
Any questions? Thank you, Ms. Tatum.
You're welcome.
All righty. That ends our presentations. Now we'll move on to our action items. Our first action item tonight is the approval of personnel items. Do I have a motion to approve the personnel items?
Mr. Chair, I so move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Oh, with the addendum, right, Mr. Hudson? Thank you. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? All right. Action item 6B, adopt the tentative required local effort of 3.101 meals for 2025-2026. Do I have a motion to approve this?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, or any discussion? I should ask, right? Sorry. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the next action item is adopt the tentative basic discretionary of .748 meal for 2025-2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right. Action item 6D, adopt the tentative local capital outlay improvement of 1.50 meals for 2025-2026. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair, I so move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, action item 6E, adopt the tentative budget for 2025-2026. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. All right, 6F, the approval of the following negotiating teams members for the 2025-2026 school year. CTA Megan Logan as the chief negotiator, Hope Jernigan, the CFO, Trey Hosford, Diana Swisher, and Rachel Umstead as the secretary, and then CESPA, Todd Whittegren as the chief negotiator, CFO Daniel Taylor, Diana Swisher, and Rachel Umstead as the secretary. Do I have a motion to approve this?
Mr. Chair, I so move.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All righty. Moving on to our consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve our consent agenda? With the addendum.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
got a couple of questions on 8.13 transportation. We got a change this afternoon, or I did. A couple of things I saw. Under talks about the policy talks about the 1.5 mile limit. And then, the one that I had in my packet, it said special authorization is granted by the school board. And then what I got over here, it didn't read that way. And I didn't understand, why the school board's authority would be pulled from this, because the buck always stops with us, and I'm not in favor of giving up any of my authority.
I think the response to that is our 1.5 miles is already less than state regulation.
I understand that.
And so the idea was, by exercising that, by exercising 1.5 miles versus 2, you're already using your authority to make a departure from the state requirement. And so to us, it didn't make sense to have a departure from what you've already departed from, that you would somehow grant special authorization for something less than 1.5 miles.
But I don't understand why you'd want to take it out.
I mean, we can put it back in. I think, quite honestly, I had a discussion with Mr. Taylor, and it was just, there was a concern that, again, anything less than 1.5 miles would result in people wanting transportation within a mile, or some departure from something less than 1.5 miles.
That's not what I'm talking about. We've got cases where there's safety issues, and I can cite one, and I'm sure there's others in the county. But on Highway 100A, you got kids, you don't want those children walking out there in knee-high grass with no sidewalks. And I want to make sure that this board has some authority over that going forward. I never want to give up that authority. That's not safe. Nobody wants their children doing that. And that's just an example. I don't know all the examples in the county.
We can add that back in.
And the other thing is about the half-mile deletion. If I understand that correctly, Mr. Taylor's here. Mr. Taylor, you want him to speak to, or you want to?
Well, I mean, I don't know what the question is, but
Well, if we send a bus into a neighborhood, a big neighborhood, we don't want children walking more, I don't want children having to walk more than a half mile to a bus stop. That's what I'm that's my angle on this.
yeah, I'll defer to Mr. Taylor on that. I mean, the state regulation is 2 miles
I get
transportation to
that.
the school and 1.5 to a bus stop. So, I mean, it's a departure, but he can certainly speak to that.
So what's the deal, Mr. Taylor?
Yes, sir. It wasn't nothing against the half mile, because we still verified that the stops are safe, just like you were saying with the walking in the grass. That wasn't the consideration of taking that out. It was more so, I mean, we already do that now, just like you've called me numerous times, Ms. Smith called me, and I think Ms. Hill's called me before, and we still talk about those, and we pretty much go with your opinion. But even with the there's another board policy that says no stops will be created closer within 1,000 feet of each other. So we're still going to make sure no child walks more than half a mile to their stop, because that's another board policy that's in there. It just isn't in this one.
Why can't we leave it in there as a policy?
We can leave it in there.
Okay. I prefer that be left in there. We don't know what we got to deal with in the future,
Sure.
but I want this board to have authority. And I don't want to take any authority away from the board members, especially when it comes to the safety of students. I know
Yes,
you
sir.
share that same, I don't know if you share the same thought about the board members' authority, but I know you share that same thought about safety.
Yes, sir.
Student safety.
Absolutely.
So we're going to put that back in.
So if you'll modify, or whoever made the motion, I'm sorry, Ms. Hill, if you'll modify your motion or amend your motion to reflect approval of the consent agenda minus policy 813, we can fix that and bring that back for advertising.
So moved, or do I need to repeat it?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, I have the modified motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Any more discussion? All right. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. All righty. Moving on to our comment section. Are there any citizens in the audience that would like to speak tonight? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to school board members. We'll start with Ms. Giddens.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate all the presentations, Ms. Laxton, Ms. Tatum, and also Mr. Taylor for all your work and transportation. Really good reports, and I appreciate all that you do. And personally, I want to thank people who've reached out to me. I know I've missed 2 meetings in person, one because it was an injury that I received, and I had a lot of people reach out to me, and I want to thank y'all for your concern and support during that. And so that's all. Thank you.
Mr. Hudson,
I'm good, thank
you
you.
good? Ms. Logan?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Ms. Hill?
I just wanted to say thank you to Ms. Laxton. We will miss you. We wish you well, but you will be missed. You've done a great job for us. And great presentation tonight. And Ms. Tatum, thank you. Another great presentation. It's reassuring to hear the information about safe schools. That is such a priority for all of us. And it continues to be, reassuring to hear all the efforts that are ongoing. So thank you. And a big thank you to all the staff at the schools too, to make sure that all of these things are followed through. And Mr. Taylor, Homeland Security, that's pretty awesome. So kudos there on doing well with that. And that's it.
Mr. Cooley?
I just have two quick things. One, I want everybody to know that the fourth calc has never been released. That is becoming a scary, scary thing for us. It's, me and Lindsay been together now for the last month and a half, really. It's $580-something thousand, and if it doesn't come, we do have payroll on August 15th. It's large, first one back. So the reserve could take a massive hit if the state does not release this money. Everybody needs to be aware of that. That's a big thing, and there's no way to fix it. I mean, that's the state, and they will not answer any questions on that at all. And the last thing I kind of want to talk about, Lindsay, even though she wore a painted shirt tonight, which I'm proud of, she's leaving us, but she interviewed the other day, yesterday. She interviewed 3 candidates, and we're gonna put on the agenda for next week Miss Bonnie Penner to come back. She's accepted the position. Her problem, the reason she's not on the agenda tonight, is she does not know her release time from Sarasota. So as soon as we have a release time for hopefully by the next board meeting, it will be on there. Just so all board members know, I will put out also coming out that the two ladies will be able to work from home because Lindsay's leaving me on the 8th, and Bonnie will leave Sarasota on October 1. So we're going to go through a gap where I have no CFO. So both ladies agreed to take a short-term contract. You'll see that come across the board next agenda as well. Just an hourly rate for as many hours, whatever we need to get. We got 3 big things coming in Tallahassee. We have to have a CFO to help us. So just to get us through that. So we're going to contract with both. And tomorrow, Thursday, is the new black ribbon cutting at 9 o'clock. Don't forget. And that's,
Is
we're
it
getting ready
tomorrow or
for it.
Thursday?
Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, okay.
Thursday. It's Thursday. Yes. So it'll be Thursday at 9 o'clock, and that's it.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Ms. Laxton. You will be missed. On to bigger and better things, I guess, but hey, that's okay. Mr. Taylor, thank you again for all the work you do. Ms. Tatum, thank you. I agree with you. You know, I love the relationship that we have with our sheriff's office and the SRDs. We have some of the best ones. And Sergeant Ball's in the back there. He knows we have some awesome SRDs, and we're lucky to have them all. But thank you for everything that everyone does, and please be safe. And this meeting is adjourned.